Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Doing Group. We are the manufacturer of solar panel recycling equipment, and today we will introduce of the detailed processing of solar panel, and I will introduce two kinds of the processing line. One is just for different kinds of solar panel, and we will have a suggestion about which processing line is suitable for your raw material and your daily capacity. So during this live show, if you have any questions or wanted to know more information, well, you can just give us a detailed message, a private message, and tell us how we can contact with you and what's your requirements, like what raw material you want to process and what's your daily capacity. And our sales manager will give you the detailed processing line for you. Our factory is in Jiaozuo City, Henan Province. You can come here to see the processing line. In our factory, it have three kinds of prototype. For the semi-continuous one and the two kinds of fully continuous one, and we will introduce today about the differences and the capacity, and also the device that inside this different line. So the our companies not only can produce the solar panel recycling equipment, and also we have the lithium battery recycling equipment, the PCB board recycling plant, and also we can recycle the waste tire, waste plastic, or sludge by using the pyrolysis processing plant, and can recycle the fuel oil from the waste, solid waste, and the hazardous waste. And also we have the combination machine to process this kind of biomass. So you can tell me what is your raw material and what's your capacity and what way that you want to process this kind of things, and then we will give you the catalog and the certificate plan. And so more and more solar panel reach the end of their service life, and their service life is nearly 20 years to 25 years. So the efficient recycling has become a very popular subject nowadays. And there are different ways to recycle the solar panel, and our new products is to using the physical way, that there are no dust, no chemical waste, and we can recycle the solar panel with a very high efficiency and a high recycling rate. So we are the source manufacturer, and we have our own manufacturing factory in Jiaozuo. If you want to contact with us and come to our factory, you need to contact with our sales manager first. You can tell us how we can contact with you privately, or later in the comment section we will have our WhatsApp and email. You can just add us directly. So for the solar panel recycling, our main provides two different processing solutions. The first is physical dismantling and processing process, that mainly designed for single glass solar panels. And we also have the semi-continuous and fully continuous processing line for different capacity and different working efficiency. And the second is the tunnel furnace terminal treatment process, which is used for both single glass and double glass solar panels. It is for the pyrolysis way. It may have some smoke. It needs to heat the raw material, so we need to process with the smoke purification equipment. And so this is a different way. If we use the physical way, the purification equipment is only need to post-dust collector, and it's just more environment friendly and easy to process. And we used the tunnel furnace way, suitable for more raw material, but it have smoke, so the consumption of the purification device is much more higher than the first one. That is the biggest differences. So let's look at the first way, the physical dismantling process for single solar panels. Well, the basic idea is simple. Instead of directly destroying this whole board, we first remove the easy to recover components such as the aluminium frame, the junction box, the glasses, and then to separate the and to just crash and sort this different mineral materials. And it includes three main products. The first is the separation rate or removing rate. We will remove the aluminium frame, the junction box, and the glasses, and then we will put the board into the crashing and the separation system. So the second one is crashing and grinding step. I will use the double shaft shredder, the crusher, and the grinder to step by step to crush the board to the powder type. And then we will using the selecting system. The first is the double shaft shredder, and then the air separator and electrostatic separators. There's three kinds of separation machine that to separate the silicone, the copper, and the plastic. And let's see the 3D video of the semi-continuous crashing and separation machine. It detailed introduction about the device that we have and how to process the different materials. So the first is to remove the aluminium frame by using this frame remover. And then we put it into the glass removing machine. So after remove the frame, the next step is very important because under the glass it have the glue. So we need to heat the board first in a temperature of 110 to 120. And then it's more easier to remove the glasses, and we will crush it first and to grind them and to just remove them. So we will get the glass particles. And then we will put it into the crushing system. The material will first go into this double shaft shredder to crush them from a whole board to 3 to 5 centimeter, and then it will into this crusher to crush them from 3 to 5 centimeter to 1 centimeter, and then we will use the air transportation system to transport the particles into the grinder. This grinder is in order to put them into the powder type. Grind them to powder type in order to separate different kind of materials. And I'll just cover the grinder to have the cooling system to ensure it's in a normal temperature about the device and the materials. Then we will put it into the anti-vibrating screen, which is the separation system by using the wind transportation system. And the first layer is the particles that cannot go through the shredder, goes through this this thread, and then it will using the air transportation system to go back to the grinder again. And the second one is the copper and the plastic. they will go into the air separator and electrostatic separator. So, and the third layer is the silicone. We will directly collect the silicone. This is the air separator. It will separate the silicone and separate the copper and the plastic. And the plastic outlet is contact with the electrostatic separator, because some copper is inside this kind of plastic, and then we will separate again and to up our separation rate from 95% to 97%. So this is a semi-continuous processing line, and the differences between the semi-continuous and fully continuous is 3 devices. First is automatic feeder and the junction box remover and the cutting device. The semi-continuous, we need to just remove the junction box manually, but the fully continuous, it have a special machine that to remove it. So if you have a stable supply of the solar panel and higher production requirements, we recommend the fully continuous line. The material moves continuously from the feeding to dismantling, the glass separation, crushing, grinding, and the screening, and final separation. So this reduces manual intervention and makes production more standardized and easier to manage. And the capacity of the fully continuous one is 1 ton per hour. And for the semi-continuous one, it's 700 to 900 kilogram per hour. So if you ask that how to collect between the semi-continuous and fully continuous, you need to know that first is your raw material supply and the target capacity and your investment budget. And if your business is just starting, a semi-continuous line may be the practical choices. If you are ready to have a large and stable supply of the retired solar panel, then the fully continuous production is more suitable. This is a fully continuous one. Let's see this. First, include the automatic feeder. So during the live show, if you have any questions, you can just type in the comment section, or if you want to know more information, you can add our email or WhatsApp. It's now in our comment section. Or if you want to contact more quicker, you can send a private message to us. Tell us how we can contact with you. Then our sales manager will give you the detailed introduction and our quotation, our price list for you. This is the aluminium frame removing machine. If you chose the semi-continuous one, when we remove the aluminium frame, we need workers. We need one worker to put the board, one or two workers to put the board on the machine and to control the panel to remove it. And if you chose the fully continuous one, it's all used by the machine. So it saves more workers, and the whole processing line, we only need one or two workers. So let's see this, and this is the differences between aluminium frame and the feeling of semi and fully continuous. And then the next differences is after we removed the glasses, and we have the cutting machine. And this device, it doesn't supply in the semi-continuous line. So we will first cut the board for several pieces, and then it's more easier to have the crashing and separation, and it won't just have it's not very, it's just more easier to feed in the port of this the double shaft shredder. Don't have, if you feed the board, you need the manual to make it to a circle, and it may have the jam of and when we feed the board, but if we just cut into several pieces, it will just feed more quicker and to crash it more quickly. And this is a 3 different device between the semi-continuous and fully continuous, and we have introduced of the physical way to recycle the solar panel. And now let's introduce the second major technology, the tunnel furnace terminal treatment process. Well, it is particularly important when dealing with double glass solar panel. The double glass, this type have glasses on both sides, making the traditional physical way much more harder to separate them. So in the case, the controlled thermal treatment can be used to break down and weaken these materials and be subsequently separation easier. But this have some saying that just some disadvantages. We need to purify the smoke after processing. So the license of this kind of business is more stricter, and the purification costing is more higher. So the biggest advantages is it's suitable for different kinds of this materials. So for the double glass panels, the furnace provides a way to deal with the strong bonding between the 2 glass layer and the internal exceptionalization materials. So it is also suitable for projects that need to process mixed steam of single glass and double glass panels. And the silicone they get and the glass they get is not powder type. It's not the particle type or powder type. It's this kind of particles. So the biggest difference is of these 2 kind of thing. Well, the physical way suitable for the double glass, and the tunnel way suitable for the physical way suitable for single glass, and the tunnel way singled years. In these years, is for the single glass board. And if you have any questions about the technique and the quotation, or you want the price list, catalog, well, you can send a private message to us to tell us how we can contact with you. Just we are not only a trading company, we are a source manufacturer with our own production factory in Jiangzuo, Henan province. We are a Chinese manufacturer. I have particularly in whole project process, from the raw materials analysis and the process design to equipment manufacturing, installation, commission, and technical support. About the after-sales service, we have 1-year warranty, and our engineer will fly to your country, your workshop, to help you to install, to debug, and train your worker, and to ensure you can run this processing line successfully. So you need to tell us about the raw material you want to process. And if you first know about this equipment, if you want to know more, we suggest that you can come to China to see what it look like what is the detail and how it works. We have different prototype for you to have experiment. You can have a test about the separation rate and separation quality. So any questions if you have, can send in the comment section. Here are different prototype in our factory and in our project cases. Here is a fully continuous one. And let's see this 3D video of the machine. The first is the aluminium frame remover. We will remove the aluminium frame automatically, but this line need 1 or 2 workers to put the board on this machine, and after it removed the frame, it needs to put it into this glass removing machine. And before we remove the glass, this is the heating zone. In order to make it more easier to remove the glasses, we need to heat the glue to soften the glue under the glasses. And then the glass removing system, we put it into this 2 rotation gun and to put and to crash the glasses. To crash the glasses, and then we can get the particle type. And then the first is the double shaft shredder to crush the particles into 3 to 5 centimeters. This is the double shaft shredder. And then the second one is the crusher, is to crush the particles into like 1 centimeter. And then we will use the air transportation system to transport the particles into the powder type. This is a grinder. Well, inside we will grind the particles to the powder type, and outside this machine it is the water cover to control the temperature of the machine. Or it's when it's just run and a long high temperature, it have influence of the service life and the quality of our raw material, and then transport into the ID separator, ID vibration machine, in order to separate the silicone and mix it copper and plastic. Well, ID vibrating screen have a sieve that one is like 80 mesh, and one is nearly 120 mesh. Sorry, one is 20 mesh and one is 180 mesh. While the silicone is more thinner, and it will go through the third high mesh sieve and it will collect it directly. And this is the electrostatic separator. It will separate the plastic from the air separator again, because now it has some copper inside. So the daily capacity from the semi-continuous one is like 700 to 900 per hour, and the fully continuous one can reach to 110 per hour. So during the live show, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section, or you can just send a private message to us to tell us how we can contact with you and what's your raw materials, your capacity, or where you want to set up this business. And then our sales manager will give you the detailed introduction. It will give you some project cases next to your region, and to tell if you want, it can tell you about the market in your countries, and give you some suggestion about to set up this business, and the details of the processing line, the parameters, the certification they'll give you. Our factory is in Jiaozuo City. If you want to come here, you need to contact with our sales manager first. There are 3 prototypes in our factory. Can have experiment of this. So whether you are looking for the single glass vertical dismantling line, semi-continuous or fully continuous line, or a tunnel one, we can all provide you and give you a customized solution just based on your raw material and your project requirements. You can send your WhatsApp and email to us, and our engineer team and our sourcing team will touch you. If you have a WeChat, it will be more convenient, but you can also use the WeChat, the WhatsApp, or email. So before choosing the recycling line, we commend you that you can tell us about the situation of your raw materials, like a single or double glass structure, the panel sizes, the conditions, accept capacity, and desired final products. So it's possible, if possible, sending the detailed introduction to be more easier for our sales manager to give you the certificate plan for you. This is a semi-continuous processing line. The first is aluminium frame, and the second is the heating zone, the heating transportation system, and then to use the glass removing machine to remove the glasses, to crush the garlic glasses. this is a board that removed the glasses. And this is after crashing the board. We will we'll get the particles in 3 to 5 centimeter, and then this is a crusher to crash it to 1 centimeter. And this is a grinder that will grind the particles into powder type. Then we will using this air transportation system to transport it into the into the ID vibrating screen net to shape the silicone and to separate the mixed copper and plastic. They will go into the the air separator and electrostatic separator to separate them. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can send in the comment section. Okay, and let's see the 3D video. Well, this is the semi-continuous solar panel recycling equipment that include the 3-step, the crushing step, the separation step, and in the first very beginning, the removing step. First, we need to remove the aluminum frame and the glass, the junction box, and then in the crushing system, we have 3 devices to crush them from powder, from a whole board to particles and to powder, and then we will use these separation step, the 3 device, ID vibrating screen, the ID vibrating screen, and the air separator and electrostatic separator to just to separate the silicone, copper, and the plastic. Okay, and this is the air transportation system. After it crashes into the crusher, and then it will put it into the grinder. That's to grind it into the powder type. And outside the cover, it is cooling system to cool down the temperature in order to prolong the service life of the device and to lower the influence of the particles. and then using the ID vibrating screen, the sieve inside to separate the silicone and mix it copper and plastic. The second layer is the copper and plastic. The first layer is the particles that is larger than 20 mesh, and they will go back to the crusher to crush again. And the third layer is the silicone. Like this is air separator because the quality of the copper and the plastic is different. And then when we just wind the wind blow, and the plastic will suspend on the surface, and the copper will settle down. So we can separate the two materials. And then the plastic have some lighter copper inside. So this outlet is for copper and this outlet is for plastic. In the plastic, they will go to the electrostatic separator to separate again. Okay, and we also have to post this collector because we are the physical processing. We don't need to crush or to purify the smoke or the water, but the dust on the surface of the board. So we need to collect the dust in order to ensure the workshop is clean. So the post this collector is enough. Okay, if you have any questions, you can send in the comment section. Or now in the comment section, we have our WhatsApp number and email number. You can just contact with us directly. And if you want to just have a detailed introduction, you can send your contact with to us directly and privately. And our sales manager will just contact with you directly. About the detailed introduction, the price list, and the customized way, our engineer and our sales manager will contact with you. Okay, and this is a fully continuous plant. The first is the automatic feeder. So we don't need workers to feed it. We can just using this machine to feed it more with a high rate. And then we use the junction box remover and to remove the junction box on the back of the board. Okay, and next is the aluminum frame removing machine. So this is the removing step. We first remove the aluminum frame and then the junction box and the glasses. Then we'll put the whole board into the crushing separation system. It includes the double shaft shredder, the crusher, and the separator, and the grinder. So the grinder is the last step to grind it into powder type, and then using the separation machine, the ID vibrating screen, the double shaft shred, the air separator, and the electrostatic separator to collect the silicone, copper, and plastic. So the final products we get from the solar panel is the aluminum frame, occupies nearly 10%, and the glasses nearly 70%. Is the glasses for whole board, and the next is the silicone, nearly 5%, copper, nearly 3%, and 10% of the plastic. So our live show will have an end in nearly 3 or 5 minutes. Any questions you have, we can have a communication. So now is a big wave of the solar panel retirements. And there are different ways to recycle solar panel, like we're using the physical way, the chemical way, or other way. But the physical way is more environmental friendly, and also we can reach to a high separation rate. The chemical way, the separation rate is more higher, but we need to process this kind of chemical waste things, and also it's more strict to get into this business, about license, about the investment, and so on. And by using the physical way, we can separate, have a high separation rate, nearly 95 to 97, and there are no smoke we need to process, there are no wastewater we need to process, and no solid waste. So we only need to process to process collector. It's very easy to pump the dust during the production. But it's suitable for single glass. So and nowadays, the retired solar panel is a single glass. It's now more suitable. If you want to set up a business right now, you are new people, you can choose the physical way. And when time goes and your business is more larger, and in the end, two-way to process is all necessary. So the single glass is to crush the board. First to just remove the materials, the aluminum frame and the glasses and junction box, and the second one to crush them. So in a separation one, we can separate the silicone, copper, and plastic. The different capacity from the semi-continuous and fully continuous. In the semi-continuous one, daily capacity, capacity for 1 hour is 700 to 900, and the fully continuous one we can process 110 per hour. While the differences is between 3 machines. On the fully continuous one, we add the automatic feeder, the junction box remover, and the the cutting device. The first is the feeding step. We don't need to feed the board by workers. It's safe. At least 2 workers in the feeding process. And then in the junction box remover is not processed in the semi-continuous one, so we need to remove it manually using the machine, or manually to remove it. So it's kind of waste of time. But for the continuous one, we have a device to particularly remove it. And also we have a cutting machine just in the a cutting machine in the processing machine, in the crashing machine in the very beginning. So we will crash the board in this several pieces, to cut it into several pieces, so it's much more easier and quickly by using the double shaft shredder to crash it. That is the biggest differences. So the separation rate is more higher, and the capacity is more larger, and it's more automatic. If you want to know more information, welcome to contact with us, and that is all we have today. We are in China, factories in Jiangsu City, Henan Province. You can add our WhatsApp and email to contact with us. So thank you for watching today. Have a nice day. Goodbye.